So GIS is Geographic Information Systems. What that means is any data that has a locational component. So that could be points for an address, it could be a line for your street, and it could be a polygon for, say, your parcel. What most people know it as is, think about your navigation system, so Google Maps, Apple Maps. The map itself that you see is GIS data compiled together, so points of interest, and then the polygons for the building footprints and things, and the lines for the streets that you are then navigated along with your navigational system. So that is technically a GIS, and so one of those components kind of fits into the larger picture of the database that kind of stores all of that information, and then where that is kind of more basic information and viewing plus the routing, you can actually use a lot of the data to perform complex analysis to kind of enrich other functions, such as we talked about zoning and checking that against future land use to see if a development is appropriate for a certain area, and things like, does my house fall within this fire zone? We generate our fire zones also based on location and the amount of routing time it takes to get to households. And so that's how those areas are developed, and all of that falls into GIS. So we have the Street Tree Explorer app, and that is our Public Works Department. We have street trees in our right-of-way that they survey each year and check the condition of and the health and things like that, and update that. They also measure the height of the tree as well as kind of the distance to surrounding buildings. And all of that data we then tie with a software called iTree that takes that information from our data set and kind of supplements it with what is the carbon absorption and the overall value of that tree, and a lot of other different statistics that are really interesting. And so we kind of pair that back with the location of the tree itself, and then we have that in the Street Tree Explorer app so that citizens can go and select those trees and see what sort of value, both financially and environmentally, that tree can offer. So we're going to have lots of different kind of informational booths just to kind of talk and present to people, lots of demonstrations of these various apps that we've talked about, and then just time for discussion and anything more that people may be interested in. If you've seen everything you need to see and you need to get back to work, then that's fine too. But we all love what we do, and so we'll be happy to discuss everything further as well, showcase what we have. We're also going to have an area set up to showcase our UAV program and things that we use the drones for, as well as some hands-on activities and story maps, which are just kind of a little bit of mapping components with a little bit of storytelling as well, depending on the age groups that we see come through. So we already have quite a few public applications on our map page, and so we would just like to kind of see the use of those and the awareness of those grow, as well as just the overall, like I said, we're passionate about our field, we're passionate about what we do, and so being able to share that passion and residents to see that and see everything that we have to offer. And then, that may lead to more applications in the future, or expanding on what we already offer. And so just kind of connecting residents with what the city already has to offer. And then as well as for any school-age children that are able to come during the event, kind of just passing on that passion and that knowledge so that they can get that spark and start their GIS journey as well.